morning, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market pre-show giving you the politics of the day and the biggest moves in the stock market. It is presented with comedic common sense and just the right amount of sarcasm by an expert in financial literacy. And hey, that's me, Larry Steinhouse. Today is Monday, August 8th, and I want to welcome you to the show. We are here live on Facebook, on Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and you can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse, and then you can follow me there as well. Hey, if you'd like to connect and you want to make an appointment with me, you want to talk to me, you want to reach out to me, go to contactlarry.com, contactlarry.com. There you will find my social media connections, my email, and my text message information as well. That's contactlarry.com. Hey, just a reminder, if you're watching online, hit that like button. Everybody hit that like button right now. Hit it right now. Hit the like button. Also, hit that share button. Share it with your friends. Share it on your page. Let other people know about the show. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. You can also find Money Chat Now and the Larry Steinhouse Show on Spotify. So again, please go there and subscribe. Hey, you can comment live during the show on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And please say hi so I know you're watching. A couple of people saying hi right now. I want to say hello to them also. Wow, a whole bunch of people. Looks like we've got Peter and Tom and Joe and Linda and John and James and Tom and Tommy and Ann and Glenn and Jose. Wow, a whole bunch of people. Thank you so much. I always appreciate you guys watching. And by the way, if you're commenting from a group and it's not the Money Chat Now fan page, your name may not show up on my dashboard. Please go to the Money Chat Now page and comment there so I can recognize you. Hey, Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling. You can attend a complimentary class this Thursday by going to investorschooling.com. It can be a really good class this Thursday, so I suggest you show up. You'll also learn about real estate investing and stock options trading and so many other things about money that I bet you didn't know. By the way, listen, do you know anybody who would really enjoy this show? Maybe the great market advice or maybe the comedic parodies? Please share the show with them by clicking the share button. So simply all you do, you'll see a little share button next to this video. Click that share button, and then you'll see there are options. One of the options is you could share it with a friend, or you could share it in a group, or you could share it on your page. Click any one of those options, share it, and make sure you share it in groups as well, and help your friends make more money and laugh in the morning. I thank the people who share it all the time. Thank you very much. And for you guys who aren't sharing it, come on, share it. All right, today we're going to be talking about the recap and the update. We're going to be talking about Musk is at it again, and of course the infamous Inflation Reduction Act. All right, let's get into the recap and the update. So Friday was another head scratcher. The jobs report came in fantastic. The labor market added 528,000 jobs versus the 258,000 jobs predicted. First of all, look at these numbers again. 528 versus 258? How weird is that? It looks a bit dyslexic, doesn't it? Yeah, but that's what it was. So the job market is still on fire, but at first the Dow dropped about 200 points. So wouldn't you think a good job report would be a good thing for the market? Yeah, I guess I would too. But let me explain what happened. It's all about inflation. Well, Wall Street feels if people are getting jobs and working, they will continue to pay higher prices for items like food, travel, and housing. So basically, the best thing to do is lay everybody off, and that will help reduce inflation. I don't know. Sometimes it makes me laugh. Anyway, so Wall Street fears the next Fed increase, or fears the fact that the Fed cannot get inflation under control. So Wall Street reacted by selling off stocks. I gotta tell you, Wall Street is a bunch of fickle little babies. Who cares if inflation is running hot, and who cares if the companies are not laying off people, but instead hiring? It's good for the economy when these things happen. The other crazy part is that this will all be a memory in about a week, because Wall Street won't even care. They have a very short memory. Well, maybe they will on Wednesday. Maybe on Wednesday, when the CPI report is released, we're going to know basically if inflation is moving up or down or slowing or not slowing. At this point, it has to be slowing, although I'm still noticing higher spending, at least out of my wallet anyway. Next, we have the Federal Reserve Governor, Michelle Baumann, stating that it is very likely that we will see another 75 basis point increase continuing into the next few quarters. I find it funny that they're trying to avoid what happened in the 1970s when inflation went off the rails and the Fed rate was in the teens, actually almost 20, but the way they're handling the situation is exactly the same way that they handled it that caused 1970 to happen. But remember, it was 10 years later that we felt the real pain of almost 14% inflation. Look, I got to tell you, for me, I like inflation. As a real estate investor, my properties and rents have jumped up. And, I'll soon be a senior citizen. I'm 10 years away from Social Security, and my average Social Security check just jumped, to about $4,000 a month. Not bad for doing nothing, especially when I add my rental income, which should be about $20,000 net per month by then. That's pretty good, right? So keep that inflation coming. Come on, inflation, go inflation. So the travel stocks are definitely on my radar. I noticed TripAdvisor jumped about 20% on Friday, and it appears that the travel stock resurgence is about to happen. It's kind of like a cat ready to pounce on a mouse. Get into these plays. They will be great soon. The S&P did close higher for the third week in a row, and it continues to be above the 4,100 mark. It could be a good market, but I'm a little skeptical. This is common during earnings season, so get into positions with caution, and it might be a good time to buy the stocks and sell the covered calls just to be safe. All right, let's take a look at the futures and see what's going on in the world. Right now, we have the Dow is up 114, the S&P is up 18, and the NASDAQ is up 94. Not bad, right? Not bad at all. All right, real quick, I want to say hello to a couple people who joined us, a whole bunch of people. It looks like we got, if I haven't said hello yet, John and Mike and Ken and my brother Seth. Happy birthday, Seth. It was Seth's birthday. Everybody wished Seth a happy birthday. It was Seth's birthday yesterday. And Ken, good morning. And Mark and Kevin, good morning, guys. All right, let's talk about my favorite guy, Elon Musk. He is the great antagonizer, and I love it. It's amazing. It makes for fun reports and fun reading. Unless you've been asleep for the past 6 months, you know that Elon Musk is trying to buy Twitter. In this pursuit, an offer of $44 billion to buy the company, he found a problem in the deal. The problem was that the company may not have been honest with the reporting of how many fake accounts and bot accounts reside on the Twitter platform. So because of this, Musk feels that the potential revenue of the company is not accurate. So social media companies rate their revenue on the amount of users that in turn become buyers of products from advertisers. So the per user number is very important in how it relates to revenue of a social media company. So as you know, Musk retracted his deal. Twitter is suing him, and the court date is being scheduled for sometime in October. Well, the latest soap opera, As the Twit Tweets, yes, I said As the Twit Tweets, Elon Musk tweeted an online challenge to the Twitter CEO, Parag Agrawal, to have a public debate about fake accounts. Genius. It's absolutely genius, right? Agrawal is damned if he does and damned if he doesn't. This tweet all started when Musk started a series of tweets and interactions with users on Twitter when he took a poll about how many users feel they're getting overwhelmed with spam and bots. He asked the user base how many people felt that more than 5% of the users were bots. Most replied that they did. Now, of course, this is not an official answer. It was just guessing by the followers of Musk. And then Musk finally tweeted, "I hereby challenge Paraga to a public debate about the Twitter bot percentage. Let him prove to the public that Twitter has less than 5% fake or spam account daily users." Wow. I got to tell you, that's a daring and, as I said before, brilliant move. The responses to the tweet have been overwhelmingly positive. Paraga, you are in check. The next move could either take Musk's queen or the next move is going to put you in checkmate. Looking forward to this playing out. It's going to be an interesting game as it plays out. All right, I'm going to take a break here. When we come back, I want to discuss the Inflation Reduction Act. Wait till you hear this stuff. It just gets sillier and sillier and crazier and crazier. All right, we'll see you guys in a minute.
Okay, so you thought about buying and selling real estate. You've thought about investing in the stock market, but don't know where to start. Well, what if you could find a place to unlock strategies to master both real estate and the stock market, all without the headache? That place is Investor Schooling, hosted by Larry Steinhouse, an expert in real estate, financial literacy, and the ins and outs of the stock market. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate, and you will learn mastery of stock techniques such as options and covered calls. You will even get a chance to ask one of your burning questions to the stock options sultan, the master of picks and plays. Call 866-424-2829 for free information and receive a complimentary pass to attend classes, or register online at investorschooling.com. Don't delay. These passes are limited. So what are you waiting for? Call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Or visit investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. And of course, if you'd like more information on investor schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Hey, I want to welcome you back to the show. We are here live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And you can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Hey, if you have Spotify, excuse me, if you have Spotify, please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse, and please subscribe to those channels. And if you'd like to connect, if you want to connect to me personally, if you want to be able to send me an email or reach out to me, you can go to contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com, and there you will find my social media connections, my email, text message information, and even be able to schedule an appointment with me if you'd like to talk to me. Hey, I also want to let you know that we're having an amazing one-day event on September 17th. So this is pretty cool. So if you haven't signed up for this event, you definitely want to sign up for this event. It's an all-day event featuring some of the most brilliant minds in business, including Hannah Kessler, the single millionaire chick, Chris Noggle, the money multiplier, Bill Walsh, the rainmaker, and of course myself, Larry Steinhouse, the host of Money Chat Now and the CEO of Investor Schooling. It's an in-person event, and it's in Langhorne, Pennsylvania, and the seats are selling fast. So get your seat now at 4mmw.com. That's 4mmw.com. That's the number 4mmw.com. You definitely want to go there. All right, so far, we've been talking about, of course, the recap. And right now, the Dow is up 115, the S&P is up 18, and the NASDAQ is up 92. We talked about the fact that Musk is at it again. I tell you, Musk is fun. It's just fun to watch this guy. I mean, the guy's got more money than anyone on the entire planet, and he has fun with it. He likes to rattle people's cages. I don't know, he doesn't need cars and houses anymore. He's got all that stuff, so now he just rattles cages with his money. It's really funny. All right, coming up, of course, we have the Inflation Reduction Act. And, of course, today's picks and plays. But first, did you guys hit that like button? Come on, everybody hit that like button right now. Hit that like button. Royce, I see you coming on there. Hit that like button. Kevin, hit that like button. Peter, hit that like button. Hit that like button, and don't forget to share. Hit the share button, too, and share it with your friends. Leave me a comment and say hi if you haven't already. And don't forget to order my new book called Money Hacks. And if you ordered it, please leave a review on Amazon. So please order the book. Go to Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com or wherever fine books are sold and order the book Money Hacks. You'll have it in 2 days. I promise you will enjoy it. All right, let's get into the second half and talk about this. Hey, Betsy says hi. Thanks, Betsy. Thanks, Royce. Totally appreciate you guys. All right, let's get into the second half. Let's talk about the Inflation Reduction Act. Well, the Democrats are so sneaky that when they do something sneaky, you can't even tell it's sneaky anymore. It's like the old saying goes, tell a lie enough times and it becomes the truth. So the lying, sneaking Democrats passed a bill this weekend that will cheer all because it's called the Inflation Reduction Act. That's right, a bill that has nothing to do with inflation whatsoever and actually may cause inflation. We're going to get to that in a couple of minutes. Is called the Inflation Reduction Act. Here is the sneaky part. All right, you may think that the title itself was the only sneaky part. It's not. Here's the real sneaky part. Oh, by the way, I don't see anyone on the news discussing what I'm about to talk to you about. It happened, but no one's talking about. Not even the conservative radio stations, at least not yet. This bill, and this is what I'm talking about, was passed in the Senate using the Reconciliation Act. It was not passed with the necessary 60% majority vote because they cannot get any Republicans on board. It makes sense that they can't get the Republicans on board only because the Republicans hate the Democrats, which is, I never could really understand that. We need to have some bipartisan stuff. But the Reconciliation Act is a process in which the Senate can push through a budgetary issue with only 50% of the Senate votes, and it's used for an emergency reconciliation of the budget. Mostly it's used for those moments when the politicians are divided on whether to fund the government and keep the lights on when no budget can be agreed on. So the Democrats used the Reconciliation Act to get the bill passed. There are 50 Democrat voting seats. There's actually 48 Democrats and 2 independents that vote with Democrats, and 50 Republican voting seats. So basically, if they tried to pass this bill with the normal ways that the Constitution allows, this bill could never get the 60% votes. So now that we have 50% of the votes for the bill and 50% of the votes against the bill, guess who is the tiebreaker? Yep, the answer is the laughing hyena herself, Kamala Harris. After she puts the final nail in the coffin, it goes to the president, who, even if he did know what he was going to be signing, he would sign it anyway. No trick unturned by the Democrats. Now that you know that they cheated on this one, let me tell you what's in the Inflation Reduction Act and how, at best, it does nothing for inflation and most likely causes more inflation. The intent includes major spending to combat climate change and extend healthcare benefit coverages. But in reality, it was simply the Build Back Better bill with a new name and many of the original provisions stripped out. According to a one-page summary, and it's great because I wanted to go to the Democrat page on this. I want to see what they do. So they actually put out a one-page summary of the bill that I found on a Democrat propaganda page, and these are the provisions and the costs. They will be spending $369 billion on climate change and energy security. What the hell is energy security? Is that to keep the grid from going down? Is that what they're talking about? I don't know, maybe. They will be adding to the Affordable Care Act. What does the Affordable Care Act have to do with anything? But anyway, that's fine. Another name of the act that is the complete opposite of what it really does, like the Affordable Care Act, right? Remember they call it the Affordable Care Act? It's just the opposite. It became the Unaffordable Care Act. Unless, of course, you know how to use it like I do. That's another issue. All right, but it's the complete opposite of what it really is. Anyway, they will be adding $64 billion to the fund that helps pay for and administer the Affordable Care Act and its subsidies. $64 billion. So if they're going to add $369 billion to the budget, how is it going to reduce inflation? I bet you're wondering the same thing. Well, wait till you hear how they're planning to pay for it. New taxes, of course. Right? First and foremost, a new 15% minimum corporate tax. They're going to be adding also 87,000 IRS agents to conduct audits. Some kind of negotiation with drug companies for Medicare to pay less to them, and some carried interest loophole, as they call it. They're going to be eliminating that. So let's examine how each one of these steps will, reduce inflation. Hello, McIdiots. If you raise corporate taxes 15%, the first things corporations do is raise their prices to pay the additional tax. Do you really think that the CEO and CFOs of major companies just say, "Okay, Mr. Biden, we'll pay these taxes. Thanks for being a friend"? No, they don't do that. They raise prices. I wonder if that will cause inflation to rise or go down. I'm no rocket scientist, but I think the prices will go up, causing more inflation. Let's get to the IRS hiring 87,000 new agents to harass you and I and other businesses, both big and small. Who's going to pay for this? Oh, I get it. We will press people so hard that they will offer to pay anything to the IRS to get the agents off their back. Yeah, that will reduce inflation because once you go bankrupt by someone who didn't file properly because they didn't understand the 2,652 pages of tax code, in comparison, by the way, if you compare that with 450 words per page, that puts the tax code at well over 1 million words. So when someone is harassed for making mistakes that cause penalties and interest to be more money than they ever made in their life, that person can no longer buy goods or services. So I guess that could reduce inflation if those people are no longer in the demand chain. But let's go on. The prescription drug reform. The government will now have more power to negotiate prescription drugs when Medicare is paying for it. You mean the government who paid over $600 a dose for the COVID vaccine and booster shots? These are the people who negotiate with the drug companies? Need I say more? Finally, let's discuss the carried interest rule. This would take some time to explain, but it's a rule that mostly helps hedge fund managers defer or pay less taxes on gains they make managing the fund. Simply put, instead of paying the taxes on their fees this year, the fees that they gain this year, they could put off paying those taxes into future years and offset it with losses in the future. Bottom line, it affects very few people in reality. And here's something interesting that you probably didn't know. Do you know that Trump tried to close this loophole as well? Come to think of it, didn't Trump also negotiate with the drug manufacturers a lower cost of prescription drugs for Medicare? And then Biden reversed it? Why, yes, this all did happen. So this bill isn't about reducing inflation. It's about ego and more money from you and I. Oh, by the way, a few more little parts of the bill not on the Democrat website include removing the provision to not increase taxes for people making under $400,000. In other words, expect a tax increase for the average worker. But taxes, that's not inflation. If you pay more in taxes, it's not inflation. Only if you pay more for a car. Only if you pay more for a house. Only if you pay more for food. But if you pay more in taxes, it's not inflation. And here's another hidden gem. They will be adding new regulations to coal mining, to make heating prices increase. Well, so much for inflation reduction, unless, of course, you have a solar-powered electric car. What, you don't have one yet? Well, go buy one. According to the Dems, you can afford it. This bill is going to get uglier and uglier as time goes by, so brace yourself. All right, let's take a break here while I catch my breath and let all of this sink in. Hi, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and one of the most misunderstood things in America is money. That's why I've written this book. It's called Money Hacks, because everything you think you know about money is wrong. And I'm telling you, everything you think you know about money is wrong. When you read this book, you will learn things about money that you did not know. You will even learn if money can buy you happiness. I have a full chapter dedicated to that. You're going to definitely want to read that. I talk about how to use other people's money to buy real estate. I talk about how to save more money, and I even talk about how to rebuild your credit score in this book. There are 22 amazing chapters in this book. This book is now available everywhere. It's available on Amazon. It's available on barnesandnoble.com. And you can order this book right now, and you'll have it in 2 days, and you'll start learning things about money that you never knew before. So order the book right now. Go to Amazon, go to barnesandnoble.com, and order the book, Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse. All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. Hey, I want to remind you guys that this show is now open to sponsorship. I've sold hundreds of books, by the way, to people who listen and watch this show every day, and we have raving fans. And if you'd like to advertise your product on the show, please reach out and let me know. And you can reach out to me, or just about anything if you want to. You can reach out to me by going to contactlarry.com, PM me on Facebook, whatever you want to do. And by the way, I got a question for you. So I'm watching that commercial, and I'm even looking at myself right now. I got a question. Should I dye my beard? My beard is like really, really white and gray. Should I dye it? Let me, guys, know online. Tell me what I should do. All right, by the way, we also have a Spotify channel. That's right. You can subscribe to the channel and listen to all the reports. So if you wanted to play that last one again, you can go to Spotify. That'll be up sometime this afternoon, and you'll also be able to look at all the other ones. And all the separate segments are broken up for your enjoyment. Just look up Money Chat Now on Spotify and subscribe there. All right. Everybody's saying yes. No, one says yes, I should not dye my beard. One says yes, one says no. I love it. We'll get back to that in a minute. All right, so far we've been discussing, of course, the recap. Let's take a look at what's going on in the Dow. Right now, the futures are up 147, the S&P is up 24, and the NASDAQ is up 112. Hey, we talked about Musk being at it again. The twit is tweeting. And we also talked about the Inflation Reduction Act, or the Let's Lie to the People Act. I like that. Why don't we just call it that? Let's call it the Let's Lie to the People Act. I love it. Beautiful. All right, coming up, of course, we have today's picks and plays. Did you guys hit that like button? Everybody hit that like button right now. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Most importantly, hit the share button. Share it on your page. Share it with your friends. Come on, Seth. I had everybody wish you a happy birthday. Do it. Share it on your page. Tell all your friends about the show. Let them know it's both entertaining and educational. And please share it. All right, let's talk about what's going on for the day. But real quick, I got to take a look at some of these answers. Oh, there you go. So Joe says, do not dye your beard. I've never seen one that looks natural. Ann says no. And Rob says, what does the wife say? You want to know what the wife says? The wife actually says, shave the beard. But I don't know if I could do that, you know. She actually says shave it. So actually, if you guys think I want to share, if I should shave it, do that too. All right, let's do this real quick. All right, so where are we? All right, so of course we're on the ending side of earnings season, and what that means to me, basically, is watch for the decline to come. It'll be subtle at first, but it'll happen. Nothing to worry about, though. It's just a normal cycle. Meta happens to be a play that likes to bounce up and down during this time, but be careful because it drops quickly after. This week on Wednesday, we have the CPI report, and this will be the key to the decision of the Fed raising interest rates for a lot or a little, right? This report will hopefully show that inflation is actually being reduced. Wall Street would act accordingly. If inflation is moving down, expect Wall Street to be happy. If not, brace for a drop that you should take advantage of. Look at the market since these drops. Every time it drops, the rebound was great, and it happens again. So we have about 350 earnings reports today, and this week will be the end of the large amount of reports to come. I believe we are on the top of the market, so put might be a play. Look at the SPY put and look at some puts on Amazon. Don't stay in long, just grab some money and run. And of course, the classic high dividend and slow movers are always good plays as well. AT&T continues to be one of my favorites. Twitter will be a fun ride. If you took my advice, by the way, and bought it a couple of weeks ago when it hit 31, you'd be very, very happy right now. All right, look for dips, buy. Bitcoin is above 24,000 and it's headed back for 28,000 again. I told you this might happen. Lots of bad news in the crypto market, but it keeps moving higher. Ethereum is almost 1770. Could the hoodlers have been right? We're going to find out. Well, it actually didn't go low enough for me, so I didn't get in, but I'll bet some people are pretty happy right now. Gold and silver are still hanging in there. Gold is around 1,800 and silver's around 20. I really hate it when silver's below 25, but it is what it is. All right, the Treasury bond is moving up, and it's about 2.8%. So if this hits 3, watch Apple fall. That's basically what happens. It's so weird. All right, oil is moving down to $88 a barrel, and the average gas price keeps moving down. It's now $4.06 a gallon, about $1 below the full all-time high a few months ago. Good for Joe. Now he could say he only raised prices $2 instead of $3. Hey, you got to give the guy credit. He was cured of cancer, he was cured of COVID twice, and all of this within a month, and he was still able to lower gas prices. That's fantastic. Hey, I want to thank you all for watching Money Chat Now. We are live every morning at 7:30 on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And you can also find repeats of this show on Rumble and Spotify. Of course, my name is Larry Steinhouse. I am the host of Money Chat Now, and I am the CEO of Investor Schooling. And remember, you can contact me directly at contactlarry.com. Make it a profitable day.